Welcome back. I'm Nathan Boning. Here are your scores. Dolphins beat the Rams 17-14. Lions defeat the Eagles 26-23. Falcons beat the Raiders 23-20. Jets defeat the Colts 35-9. Number 4, Florida beats Vanderbilt 31-17. Texas Tech beat number 5, West Virginia 49-14. Now back to Sports Unplugged with Leanne Rogers.
Back at you, Sports Unplugged. Myself, the Dusty legend, Leon Rogers, Big Man, and the good doctor, Nate Boning. Thank you for those sports updates, brothers. Back to it, NFL. Great crop of quarterbacks came out this year in the draft.
Yeah, they did.
Some surprises, some not so surprising. We knew coming out that Andrew Luck and RG3 were probably going to live up to the hype. Russell Wilson, I said I wish the Bears had drafted him. He'd be the quarterback for the future, sit and learn behind Jay Cutler. But, they took Shea McClellan first round and Alshon Jeffrey second round. I think I would have took Alshon first and
Russell
second. I think he could have got a good defensive end. But I'm not a GM. But I knew watching this guy in college, even when he went NC State and then he came to Wisconsin, I was like, this dude is just built to run a pro offense. He's a smart guy.
Mm-hmm.
The knock on him was his size, but I'm like, Drew Brees is, 6'3", 6'1". This guy can throw the ball.
Right.
Brandon Whedon struggled at first, but now he's starting to come on, keeping Cleveland in games. Of course, he has the great Trent Richardson back there helping him. But he has played a lot better. Yeah. And if you look at his quarterback ratings in some of the games that they lost, he didn't have a bad quarterback.
Hey, the man's thrown the ball for 1,500 yards
and he's 48
7 touchdowns, and he just turned 29.
47.
I mean, that was my only knock. You don't draft a quarterback that's 28 years old in the first round because
True.
You draft somebody that you can build around for years to come. He 3 years in, he's ready to retire.
Where do you think these guys match up right now? And I know it's early. I know we're talking first year, but given the circumstances, where do these guys match up with some of the great quarterback classes? You had Ben Roethlisberger's class that was pretty good.
Right.
Of course, you had the greatest class ever, 83. Dan Marino, John Elway, and Jim Kelly. Probably three of the greatest guys that ever played. Jim Kelly going to a Super Bowl 4 times, losing. Marino never reaching a Super Bowl, but setting all types of passing.
He reaches.
Well, he won, and lost.
Year. Yeah.
And lost. But I'm just saying, he never won a Super Bowl, I'm sorry. And, of course, John Elway, who suffered for a long time but then went on a run and got 2 underneath his belt and set all type of records. But do you think RG3, Luck, and Russell Wilson can achieve those status? Now, and now, mind you, I feel like Dan Marino, good team, Miami, that he got put into a situation. Elway struggled for a while. Jim Kelly and the Bills were terrible for a little bit. Andrew Luck's coming in a terrible situation in Indianapolis. That team's basically being rebuilt around him.
Yeah.
RG3 has the pleasure of playing with a great defense, but he has really no running game when you think about it. There's no backs that he can just lean on.
And really no receivers either.
Really no receivers. Got a bunch of little guys. It's the Smurfs all over again.
Right.
It's the Smurfs all over again. And Russell Wilson is, playing with a good defense.
A good defense and a good running game.
But his receivers are not household name guys.
They're not Braylon Edwards, Sidney Rice?
Braylon Edwards done. Let's be honest. Done. Sidney Rice, coming back from the shoulder injuries. He's never been the same since he left Minnesota. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Now, Golden Tate could be the guy of the future.
Well, yeah, I mean, but I'm looking at Russell Wilson, but I'm looking at Tannehill, too. Tannehill surprised the heck out of me.
Yeah.
I thought Tannehill wasn't even ready to play.
Can't name any
NFL.
His receivers.
Oh, none of them. But his best receiver is Reggie Bush.
Right.
Coming out of the backfield.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And even with Brandon Whedon, I mean,
Why you love talking
no,
about this
is what I'm
right
saying,
here.
dog, because I think.
I'm like, okay, he's doing all right.
He plays for the Browns.
I know, but.
The worst run franchise in the NFL.
Okay.
You just got to knock at him because he's 20. You got to get off the 29. You got to get off that.
I didn't think he was that good. I thought he was all right.
Why can't that mean? No, this is what I'm saying. Everybody hollers 29 because of the life expectancy.
Because what you like to do, I know what you like to do. You like to mess with me because the minute I go hard on somebody and I don't like somebody, you like to bring up, hey, man.
He balling.
He doing all right.
He balling.
The team is 1-4.
Yeah, but that's the team. He's not doing his part. Where's Joshua Cribbs? Joshua Cribbs? Anybody seen Joshua Cribbs?
Who?
Anybody seen Joshua Cribbs?
He's a fathead. You know, and
anybody seen any other players on that team?
You see.
Trent.
I say Tannehill, who surprised me.
I like Tannehill.
You want to bring back? Let's talk about Whedon. Why do you keep bringing back Whedon?
I didn't diss Tannehill. I like Tannehill, man. I like him.
I talk bad about somebody at the beginning of the season. You want to keep bringing up their every week. You know, Whedon didn't do that bad this week. They lost.
Didn't, yo.
All right, but here we're talking about classes. Okay, we're talking about classes.
And that's why I want to add him to the argument, because that makes a complete class.
Okay, all right. Whedon was drafted. Great, congratulations, jackass. Okay, you were drafted. All right, now we're talking about classes.
Okay, listen, hold on.
But hold on, no. Let's go. Let's break this down. Of course, because this is their first year, so you really can't
wait till
say
you do
nothing.
all this, and then I'm gonna come back with some Whedon stats.
Oh God! All right, so 83. Is the
that's the standard.
It's the standard.
3 Hall of Famers.
Now, here's the thing. I think that the class with Ben Roethlisberger, Eli Manning, that's 3 Hall of Famers right there. Now,
who's the third? Phillip Rivers?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day,
hasn't won anything.
I know, but I think he'll put up enough numbers where I think he'll get some. I think he'll.
And I'll say this, and you're gonna get mad at me, but I'll say this once again. Out of all 3 of those, Ben had the perfect setup.
No, he did. I know.
Dominant running game.
I never disagreed with you about that.
All he had to do was manage a game.
No, this is true, but he has changed now. He is the offense. I'm just saying, I never disagree with you on that. I just said that now he's the man on that team. Now they're kind of struggling.
And they're the only quarterback
right
class.
Now,
they're the only quarterback class in history to have more than 2 Super Bowls between them. 4 Super Bowls in history.
So I think at the end of the day that you really can't. You got to say something about that because, like you said, what Elway got 2 and that was it.
Yeah, Elway got 2,
and that was it out of that class. 2.
Okay, Elway got 2, and I know Super Bowls matter. I'm not saying that they don't matter, but those 3 guys set records that stood for years.
I know,
it took Brett Favre to play 136 years to break that record.
These guys are still playing though. You know what I'm saying?
None of them are going to play as long as Brett Favre.
Oh no,
especially Ben. His style of play, he'll be out of the league in the next 4 years.
Eli might,
Eli
might. But the thing is, we're talking about, we're guessing. This is what we're doing. So
speculating.
We're speculating.
I don't like to say guessing.
So I think, can the class with Ben and Eli? They might. You know what I'm saying? Now this class coming in, they have an opportunity to really do some things
because they're throwing the ball right out the gate.
They're out right out the gate, and this is what's amazing because I'm watching these guys. I'm like, hey man. If you coming out of college and you a quarterback, you better
be happy as hell or be on your money.
No, not even that. You better be good.
Yeah, like Landry's probably like, oh my God. From Oklahoma. He's like,
Barkley. Barkley coming out, you the number 1
he's
quarterback.
got the USC curse.
Hey, man.
Because none of them have done well.
I'm just saying. But it doesn't matter anymore.
They've all been disappointed.
It doesn't matter anymore because now these guys are coming in. You better be ready to play.
But what I'm saying is, I'm looking at, okay, you're looking at it half empty. I'm going to look at it half full. Okay, I'm going to look at it half full. I'm going to say, if you're a quarterback in college, you have a shot. I think they're going to look from top to bottom to see who could come in because
you do have a
guy
shot.
like Russell Wilson wasn't projected in the first round.
But here's the thing, Leon. Here's the thing that's the problem. You have a shot, but guess what? Now people's patience is a little shorter. What you mean you can only win 8 games?
You got to go now.
If you only win 8 games, you better put up 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns.
Listen.
What?
Brandon Whedon intervention right now. Brandon, we should get a drop for that. Just intervention on Med because Med just hates the guy because he's 29.
I don't hate the guy because he's 29 because I'm 30.
All right, listen. And you mad because he's 29, living a life, living the dream, and you're sitting here with me. All right, they lost to Philly first game, 16-17. He was 12 of 35, 34%, 118 yards.
We remember that game. That was a terrible ass game. Go ahead.
5.1 quarterback rating.
Yeah.
First game ever.
Okay.
Second game, they lose to Cincinnati by 4.
Okay.
34-27. 70% of his passes. 114.9 quarterback rating. No interceptions, 2 touchdowns. Buffalo, they lose by 10. 24-14, 62%. 65.7 quarterback rating. Nah. then a 59.8 quarterback rating. Now, the last 2 games, 84.3 quarterback rating, 92.7. He's thrown for 291 yards, 231 yards, 4 TDs, and 3 interceptions.
Jay Gruden is his offensive coordinator. I have no idea what the hell this man is doing.
And they beat Cincinnati this last game.
They got their first win, which is terrible for Cincinnati. Because if you say they played them twice and played them tough twice, Cincinnati, something wrong with y'all. Yeah. First of all, Jay Gruden is throwing the ball, I think, way too damn much.
But the only time they've been blown out is against the New York Giants. Yeah, 41-27. They got their asses handed to them.
But what I'm saying is like you have Trent run the ball, man.
Yeah, and now with him being hurt with the rib injury, it's going to fall on Whedon to throw the ball even more.
Oh, wow. Okay, so but now they have this other rookie, Gordon, who's pretty good. Yeah. Who's pretty good, but it's just like, hey, man.
I'm just saying to add him in with the class because at the end of the day, he's part of that class.
No.
Overall, they're going a little bit deeper.
And that's what I'm talking about. At the end of the day, this class might end up being the best because of the pressure that's on them to play right away
now.
And the way they're playing right now and to play well. Now, can they keep this up? We've seen what happened with Cam Newton. You know what I'm saying? Sophomore jinx. We've seen it happen to a lot of quarterbacks that start off pretty well and then turn off to be bums. So out of the group, I do like the group, and people who are watching online right now can see that I left Whedon off with the pictures
because you hate him.
I don't think he's that good.
It's all good,
but it's all right. But I just think that I think these 4 guys, and I think Whedon will be all right. But I think the 4 guys, Tannehill, Russell Wilson, Andrew Luck, and Robert Griffin III, they can only get better as long as the general managers keep building around them.
Let's talk about RG3, man. This dude is lighting the NFL up. I mean, on the low, he's keeping the Washington Redskins relevant.
He's amazing.
Even with a Rockpo going down and Character, I think is hurt too.
Character and Rockpo going down. Then the thing about him is just he plays smart. Outside of running the ball and getting his ass lit up all the time,
which I think he's gonna
slow that down. But watching him run the ball, he knows when to run. Very accurate. Doesn't really turn over the ball too much.
That touchdown run yesterday was crazy.
It was crazy because he really wasn't running that fast. He was holding back. He was slowing up just because.
He really hasn't had a quarterback rating under 79.
Everyone's been saying this, that RG3 is the best right now, but it'll be luck at the end of the day. What do you think?
I think RG3 is going to be right there
now, and
because he gives you the dual threat.
I think it'll be 1 and 2. I think you're going to have a Tom Brady, Peyton Manning type situation where watch Indianapolis versus the Redskins for years to come. Watch it. It's going to be on
the it's crazy. This guy has not had a quarterback rating under 80. The lowest is 82.9.
No, he is right now number 2 in the league.
That's
QBR.
Crazy.
It's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Coming up.
Yeah, we'll be back with more on sports. This is amazing. I've never really taken time to look at his stats. What we got coming up next?
5 things you learned last week.
5 things I learned last week. You're gonna love this one. Please come back for this one. Help my sanity. Sports Unplugged.